Hello guys and welcome back to some more Destiny 2. So I kind of wanted to do this, like, I don't know how long this is, but apparently there is a new simulation, which I'll definitely check out. But I'm also wanting to kind of use this time to go over just how, how I felt about the raid. Because I think that was one thing that I haven't done. And since, you will be seeing the episodes go up over time, you'll eventually see, like, what I'm talking about. And so, I feel like one thing is that this will be, this is going to be new, so I have no idea what I'm going to expect. But apparently, Poke, who did this earlier, had some issues with this, so I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. But, again, we don't know. Anyway. Ooh.
Elizabeth sent you here to pester me, didn't you? I programmed this challenge especially for her. I'm not shocked she held on to that grudge for more than a millennia, which can't be good for her mental stability.
Can you blame her? Anyway, so I think this is like, we're at a relaxing point where we can just kind of talk. And I feel like on this part, like, it goes without saying, doing day one raid is always a fun time. It's challenging, it's annoying, it's like terrible, but it's a fun time. And so this is definitely what I would consider my favorite raid.
Clearly you share
Especially since what's it called? Also, shout out to utilizing the the last second boxes. I'm just that fucking good, dude. Oh, whoops. I thought they turned invisible, but But anyway. So I think honestly, I'm kind of surprised that... Oh, my stupid ass is just stupid on this one, huh? Hello. But anyway. So, I've always seen a lot of people, like, there's some particular big names who are saying, like, oh, this raid was a day one a handout. And the thing is about it is that I can't call that a handout, because we've seen what handouts are in this game in comparison to that stuff. Like, oh, hold on. Just realized I can just chill here until everyone to go at themselves, because I'm just that fucking great. But, like, people say that day one of Deep Stone Crypt is a handout. Now, the main reason is because when you really look into the amount of people who ran this, well, bad timing, but it's a very large, sizable amount of people. And it's like, it's understandable when you feel like, you have this raid, and it's like 6 hours later, World First happened. And then you get like a few thousand within like the first like 12 hours. It does feel weird. Because for us, we finished it in 13 hours, to give you an idea, And so within those 13 hours, a 1,000 people were able to get through it. And it's like, good on them, I'm happy about that. I'm glad that they were able to do it. But the main thing was that made it always interesting is that 1,000 people, and when you really look at it, in the amount of people that actually like play the game, that's like 1/10%. You know, it's not much. And then granted, over time, like, you know, it's fairly often. I mean, to give you an idea, I think there was like a stat actually that brought up on just like how many people have done it. And so it's like there has been 5,000 clears, meaning around 30,000 people have the day one emblem, the one that I have right now. You know? And then this one, only 500 people have. Oh shit. There we go. But it's like, it's always one of those things where it's like, okay, cool. Also, this is actually kind of dope, dude. I like this. I like this. I like this. Please tell me I don't have to kill everything. If I have to kill everything, I'm gonna be actually mad. Debated. Fuck your shit. But when you really look at it, it's like, when we went through it, it was a fairly, you know, challenging raid, but we knew what we were doing. We were able to understand it, and for majority of it, we had a, you know, a clear understanding. Now, granted, what the
Elizabeth taught you the tricks of this arena, didn't she? Clever girl.
Nah, I'm just good at jumping, bro.
Stage, however, I concocted just for you. Good luck.
It's not really much of a good luck. Let me see here. Okay, that doesn't do shit. So, I need to go up to one of these, I think. Okay. Or do I have to just like, I still do not know if there was something that I like wasn't able to do. I don't know. Ah, here we go. We have to hack this. Okay, now shit's gonna spawn. Alright, alright. Yeah, but like that was a good raid. Now granted, when you do see the footage, most likely it's just like us getting stuck at one location. By the time this video comes out, I think I already have like about a few episodes out already, so that'll give you that. But essentially what it is that like there was one part, and honestly that was the make or break of the of the raid. And so what it was that there was a boss in there. Now, I don't know if you've seen her or not, but there's a boss that essentially it has a very interesting mechanic involved. It's very simple when you look at it, but knowing how day one is, everything's overcomplicated. They found this out while like kind of Occam Razored it, or at least I Occam Razored it, while I was checking it out when I was doing my second and third run. But you know, that was the worst part out of everything. Was just 8 tracks. Now I'm assuming that you guys have, you know, you've seen that. But when you go, like when I went through it, like that was where majority of our time was spent. More than, I would say, more than half of the time, if we really want to like make it like an actual thing. More than half the time was spent on that part alone, and the rest of it was spent like fairly evenly with maybe more on the final boss than anything else. Now, the mechanics were very, again, they were very like, they were good. I liked them a lot, primarily because you were actually making it so that you'd be able to you needed to have everyone there. There were times where you could like slack off a little bit, but not all the time. That was not something you could do. Like at all. Excuse me, sir, I don't care about you. You do not matter. But, you know, you have this whole thing set up, and like the way they made it, the way that it's interactive, and the fact that you essentially needed to have everybody working together was great. Also, shout out
I
to
can certainly see why my granddaughter chose you to be her lackey.
instant completion because I'm just that fucking awesome.
What you've done here will power her smug satisfaction for another 1,000 years.
I would hope so. Anyway, we got arms. Nice. But yeah. So, like overall, the raid, it was fun. I liked it. It was a good time. And I think the one thing that people say, like, the difficulty of it, people would have an issue with it, and I did too. You know, because a lot of the times that we were wiping, it was on the mechanics, not because somebody died. It was literally because a mechanic killed us. Either the wipe mechanic or a glitch that just randomly occurred, or something literally that we cannot defeat, like a projectile or something. So, you know, you always have that stuff. So that was always my main concern with that. It's just like, ugh. Okay, freeing Empire Quest. Ooh. Anyway. So, overall, that's kind of just how I feel about the whole thing. Now, granted, that's just how it is. I think this is a really, really good raid, and definitely something that I'll definitely want to teach people, because it's fun. It's super fun, and honestly, the jacket looks really fucking cool, especially with it, you know. But anyway, that is going to be it for now. Next time, we will most likely be working down the down on possibly another part of the story, or finish this up, because we still need to do that. There's always that. Yeah. Fun times ahead.